Getting set to go racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Sin City 175 right at the buzzer. ATVO still not wanting to work with me and not give you the score bug. I'll try to get that fixed during cautions, but we do have a camera switcher, and that's what matters. Matthew Faust, Lucas Puntarelli, DJ Fluck, your top three. Looking further back, Erik Booker, Edward Martinez, Hunter Hughes, Tyler Lugo, Vickery, and Bill Molefield, your pack. As we get set to go racing for 100 laps here in Sin City. Faust trying to add in a little bit more insurance on this championship lead. Are we going to see a new winner? Can FR Racing get it done? Let's find out. Let's go racing in Vegas. Early look to the inside, Lucas Puntarelli in the James Hinchcliffe tribute car. Gonna try and work down low and clear Matthew Faust. He's got it. Erik Booker gonna try and go with him. Looks like it's Hunter Hughes in that Tony Stewart tribute car. Who is that? They're back in that Gildan machine. Not sure, but Hunter Hughes getting some good momentum now. He goes all the way down to the inside trying to take P2. Two abreast, shades of that Vegas pack racing we were used to in the Champ Car days. Fluck and Richardson dropping a little bit further back now. And it is Richardson, I believe, in that Stewart tribute. It is. As he goes all the way down to the white line, it's a three-car breakaway now. Hughes with a phenomenal start gets up into P2. Erik Booker still your leader. Here comes Hunter Hughes down low, trying to be the first new leader. Booker was there as well. Faust drops back significantly. Richardson trying to go through. Tail to tail to tail. Booker all the way up to the middle of the track. Hughes down on the apron. We are slicing and dicing early on here. The Atlanta of IndyCars. If you want pack racing in a mile-and-a-half package, look no further. Oh, all the way on the inside, Tyler Lugo, Vickery in the 6 nearly makes contact with the Mach 5 machine. We're nearly 3 wide as Hunter Hughes goes down low. Booker tries to slot in. Oh my goodness. Game of inches there. And with how shallow this field is tonight and how close everybody is, sure, everybody has a chance. You start to realize really quick, just one incident could really get everybody caught up. So I think the main priority for this field of 9 tonight is just stay in contention. Stay within 10 car lengths. You already have damage control right now, unfortunately, for Bill Molefield and DJ Fluck, as they'll need to work together to try and get back to this main pack. But you've got 7 cars in this contention, stretching incredibly back to Matthew Faust in the 45 with the contention of winning this thing. Booker wants to lead now. He'll go middle of the track. Erik Richardson tries to go with him. Martinez from the back of the pack working up into P4, trailing Lucas Puntarelli. Way down low there, you see Matthew Faust in the 45 clearing Richardson. Booker gonna try the outside once again. Will he be able to get it done? Not quite. I think the low line is going to be preferred here, and we've seen that confidence from Matthew Faust, even using a little bit of the apron to defend. Here comes Matthew Faust now. He's cleared Martinez and Fluck. He'll go all the way down to P2 right now, trying to get that Mach 5 of Erik Booker. Now Puntarelli struggling. He's dropped to the back of this pack as we've shuffled a handful of times now. 7 cars out in front right now. Hunter Hughes at the point for about the past 5 laps or so, as we are 10 laps in to the Sin City 150. Booker trying the high side again as Martinez tries to get something started further back. Puntarelli trying to go with him. That's trouble for Erik Richardson down low in P4. Booker still on the high line trying to get past Faust. Richardson looking for his second podium in a row. Or excuse me, second podium of the season after a troublesome running at Portland. That first running of a rain race in IFWL, a lot of these guys looking to put in the rearview mirror in these final 3 rounds of Season 6. Booker back on the apron. Big momentum. Does he have anywhere to put it? Big wiggle from Hughes up top. Faust and Lugo Vickery trying to go down low. 2 by 2. Booker swings to the outside. He'll try to go to the lead. Not too much to gain from being at the point. You're getting clean air, but the draft is so strong. You're getting speeds well north of 200 miles an hour here, so downforce not going to be an issue like a short track. With that clean air, you do have a chance of leading a breakaway. And I know it sounds obvious for me to say, but P1 is lead security. Lugo Vickery from P7 finds his way into this mix. In the middle, Richardson arrowheading. Faust and Martinez just a little bit further back. Booker continuing to chip away on that outside line. 3 wide into turn number 3. Still 3 wide. Faust and Richardson looking for a time to strike. We're nearly 4 wide as Faust nearly puts that 45 in the wall. And you got to imagine those Firestones for the 5 are begging for mercy at this point. Faust sees an opening. He tries to go down low. This is an incredible sequence. Faust now digging deep, trying to get through. More good momentum for the 45. He'll clear Booker for 5th. Can he get the P2? Can Vickery take the lead from Hughes? More good momentum from Booker on the outside. Can he carry that into 3? Not quite. Incredibly reminiscent of the racing we saw for the season finale of 2011. And unfortunately, the way that sweepstakes series ended is the reason why IndyCar has not returned in those 14 years since, and why only in the virtual world is this likely a track car combo we will ever see. Of course, referencing Dan Wheldon, the Lionheart who passed away in 2011, fighting for a ride back in IndyCar after winning the 100th anniversary edition of the 500. And trying to cut through that field of 42. Died on lap 11 after being skyrocketed. One of the biggest deaths in IndyCar history. I'm not trying to get grim here, but it's amazing to see how far our sport has come in the time since that, in this DW12 era of chassis. You could argue it's evolved a lot, but at the core of this IR18 you see on track right now is the exact same tub, the exact same chassis, developed by Dan Wheldon himself between the 500 and between Las Vegas. And I know things are looking grim. Mexico City, not on the calendar. We're leaving Toronto for Markham. This new chassis keeps getting put off. As Faust works to the inside here, working on TLV. Booker still trying the outside. Almost a little bit of a push-up to the outside. Big foot to the outside there from Booker as he tries to go all the way to the top. But getting back to that point, I am a firm believer that the future of the IndyCar series is bright. And with major funding from Fox and new teams coming on board, I really do think all of those rounds we are on the hunt for will truly come. And us getting our first IndyCar game by the end of next year. How exciting is that? One video game in my lifetime has been made with the sole purpose for IndyCar racing. Gonna be very cool to see that drought end. Another look to the outside here from Tyler Lugo Vickery as he tries to clear Faust. Booker may be thinking of a little bit of draft help here behind. Now flicks to the outside. Get heavy wear for those Firestones. Dan's kids, by the way, doing fantastic. Got to see Sebastian Wheldon drive his way to a podium in Portland in USF 2000 just a couple weeks ago. And racing all across the world in DB3, USF 3. Sebastian, 16 years old, born in St. Pete. Racing with Velocity, will be making the move up to F3 European Championship next year. Multi-time race winner in Italian F4, E4. Very, very exciting stuff for him. The youngest Oliver still in karts, but just making his move up to the USFs as well. So only time will tell how far the career of the next Lionhearts will go as we are getting real chummy up here at the front. Moore looks down to the apron as Booker decides out of hell with it and tries the low line finally. And for the first time in what feels like 28 laps, it is, we were single file there. Only time will tell how far the Wheldons will go, but the bottom line is they are very, very passionate about racing. Arguably more than their dad. And it seems like that is a legacy they really want to keep doing. So will we see another Wheldon in the 500? We could see a Wheldon in Formula 1! Oh, big trouble! Booker collects Richardson! Hughes collected as well. He's got minor side pod damage. And we were expecting dramatic fashion for us to get our first caution. And it did not fray from that. My goodness. Get a quick replay here. Oh my goodness, Derek Booker. Richardson, just a total passenger there. As we look here, Booker, what a save from Hunter Hughes. Oh my goodness, full opposite lock. And is able to save that. Oh my goodness. And Erik Richardson, unfortunately, just becomes a passenger in that. So we'll step aside for just a moment while I try to get ATVO figured out, but do not go anywhere. It's the Sin City 150, round number 7 of the Indy Racing World Series. Stay with us. Oh my God, the ops must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. Back at it here at the Sin City. 150 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Richardson and Booker still in pits for service. That will hand the reins over to Tyler Lugo Vickery, who came in for service. Pretty much everybody coming in for service this last time by. As we are 1/3 in, and with how close that competition was, you kind of get the vibe that that was a powder keg that was kind of bound to explode at some point. Lights out for the safety car here, so we'll go back to green exactly a third into the race. How about Eddie Martinez up into P3, easily looking for the opportunity for his best finish of the year. Can he hold it? What can Puntarelli and Hughes do from 4th and 5th? Let's find out and get back to it. Puntarelli on the outside in that James Hinchcliffe car, trying to work around 3 wide with Martinez. Hughes all the way down to the white line. Hughes fires out. Vickery not done. Here comes Booker around the outside. DJ Fluck. And the 15 of Puntarelli still trying to get to work there. And just up the road, this battle rages on. And Matthew Faust looking to get his way back into victory lane once more. Hunter Hughes further back has pace. He's in P3. You just see him getting into view there in that Twitch.tv machine. Lap traffic in factor here. Erik Richardson in the 13. Faust trying to split him. This could be a major factor for how we sort this out. Vickery actually boxed Faust in there, using Richardson to help him out. And that's how he holds on. And that's how Faust could lose P3, because here comes Hunter Hughes to the high side. Just slotting in there. And Lucas Puntarelli just entering the fray. There's Booker. He's a lap down. And Richardson goes in the pits now and decides to stay there. Hunter Hughes now challenging for the lead. I missed that Hinch livery so much. That was one of the best looking cars on the grid, man. Tyler, elite wheel knowledge. A man of culture, if you will. Hughes continuing to run that momentum up top. He's been very comfortable down low. I think he's trying to bait that reaction from Vickery to try and go high to defend, or at least push him up track so he can flick it down low. This is trouble for Faust again as he's boxed in. That might be front wing damage, unless netcode ended up netcoding. Is Hunter Hughes damaged? Is someone else damaged? No. Three wide. Oh, contact further up. Side pod to side pod. Hughes into Vickery. Booker now backing out of it. Still blocked by that Mach 5. All the way down to the inside. Big reaction there from Hughes trying to defend from that 85. That'll give a lot of momentum back to Tyler Lugo Vickery up top. White line rule not in effect here, and everybody comfy with running down on that apron. Not viable here, but through the tri-oval, the Firestones can't handle it. Martinez still at contention here. It's a 6-car pack. 5 when you knock out that lap traffic. 3 wide into turn number 3. Just further back, Fluck and Molefield still in this mix. Nearly 4 wide coming out of turn 2. Faust still looking for an opening that is just not there. Trying to stick it in on the apron and run it up top. Not doing a Dale Jr. slide job and forcing that car up. Attempting the world's first ever oval dive bomb. What am I saying? Martinsville exists. You can see him continuing to go to work down there. If the momentum is there, and Hughes gets turned, Booker into the wall, Martinez into the wall. And Lugo Vickery gonna escape another big one. DJ Fluck also collected. Lugo Vickery maybe with a little bit of front row damage, or excuse me, Puntarelli. But TLV gets away with another big kahuna. As I try and load the replay here. So, I mean, Faust, this was too late of a turn-in. This was not going to work at all. Collects Hughes. Booker trying to react, gets out of the way. How did DJ get involved in this? Oh, comes down. Not only tags Puntarelli, but gets a good chunk of that 88. Wow, wow, wow. Five cars in total involved there. That is one of the bigger ones we have seen. But again, not too shocking when you take everything into consideration here. Let's try and drag your race leader in, who for some reason is Matthew Faust. That doesn't seem right. Let's try and drag in Tyler Lugo Vickery briefly here. Tyler, it's your boy Jackson Lambros in the IRWS broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, you just escaped two big ones back to back there. Clearly getting chummy out there. Talk to me about what the conditions are like behind the wheel for you.
Nerve-wracking? I've known Hunter for many years now from being with him, so I know how aggressive he loves to be with his Indy cars. Woo! That was fun to say the least. But oh my goodness, I thought for sure when something was happening, I was like just holding my breath.
You got any intentions of using the apron? Looks like Matthew was trying to make that work.
Not for me, no, not really. I was trying to make the outside line work in the long run, but yeah, the way the runs have been, it's wild. I think it's just more trying to time everything because, oh my goodness, it was trying to figure out the right moves and when to make them and stuff is going to be fun. Plus, I mean, we still got at least one more stop roughly too, so it's gonna be close on fuel, but yeah, we still got a decent amount of field and stuff. I know DJ's trying his best to get himself back running again, so I think now it's just trying to play in the long game now, knowing that we're going to have at least one more pit stop unless I'm able to figure out a way to fuel strategy here and fuel save. So that's going to be a little tough, though, with only 4 cars, maybe 6 total if DJ's able to get back out.
Lights out on the safety car. I'll let you get to it. Best of luck, my friend.
Yep, thank you.
That is Tyler Lugo Vickery, who will lead this thing. Lucas Puntarelli gets the promotion up into P2. And how about this? Bill Mulfield could be joining me on the podium for the first time this season. I would like that. Get a new name. Eduardo Martinez also getting that shot from P5 just behind Matthew Faust, who actually got away with that with very minimal damage. We've got Hunter Hughes still a lap down getting repaired. DJ Fluck getting the same treatment. Martinez still 2 laps down, by the way. So only 4 cars on your lead lap, and we're not even halfway home yet. Game of survival here at Vegas. Who's going to be the one that comes out on top? We're back to it for lap 48. Puntarelli wasting no time here, trying to close that gap as you see further back. Molefield under fire from Faust on the outside. What is going on with my Wi-Fi? Please, no. God, no. I'm tired, Grandpa. No. 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 Oh, man. All right. Well, we're already under yellow again, so that's giving me an opportunity to rejoin. We'll be right back. And we are back here for the Sin City 150, and one man's trash becomes another man's, well, that's probably the wrong way of putting it. One man's misfortune becomes my fortune, as I'm allowed to welcome the driver of the number 5, Derek Booker, into the broadcast booth. Derek, I know obviously not the way your day wanted to end, but talk to me about what the conditions were like out there. Obviously getting pretty chummy wheel to wheel.
Scary.
Yeah.
In one word. Yeah, I had made a foolish call to dive on the inside of a Hunter defending as assertively as he was, but I mean, I get it. He was defending. He's fighting for a championship. I mean, I'm just trying to make it a three-way fight, but that ship has sailed, but I digress. Yeah, I made a foolish move in the turn 1 because I had such a massive run, but the move was calculated, but I'm bad at math. I'll just leave it at that. And unfortunately, I sent Erik's car to learn some gymnastics.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I give his car an 8.5 out of 10 on the landing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Still having some internet connection issues here, so we will step away for just a moment again here, but should have green flag racing when we come back. Halfway home here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Jackson Lambros, Erik Booker with you. And it is Hunter Hughes back to the point here in that Twitch.tv car. As you can see, Faust trying to make that high line work. And that MyJack machine had some words with Tyler Lugo Vickery on. He was trying to make that work. And Derek, I think it's been kind of unanimous that it's been difficult to kind of make the long way around a possibility.
Yeah, the outside, like, I mean, yeah, you get that exit, but if you're not in the draft, you pretty much don't stand a chance. It's almost like a 1.5 mile Talladega, and I don't like saying that.
I think by and large we're getting very much a Cup Series at Atlanta type beat with this, which was very reminiscent of the IndyCar product we saw here in the era, which is just you're getting pack racing product in something that's a fraction of the size. So you really don't have any time to really think or react or really breathe. It's just constant wheel-to-wheel racing in half a mile or a mile less than you might expect.
Yeah, I think this style of racing here literally requires faster than cat-like reflexes, especially in reactions. Like that second crash I got caught up in here. I had it dodged, but I slammed myself into the wall trying to avoid it.
That was a great save, by the way, from Hunter Hughes, who somehow still is in this race, albeit he's actually kind of the tail of this dragon. Matthew Faust is up at the point for the time being. And it's actually Tyler Lugo Vickery battling. My ATVO is doing all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know who your leader is, but it was, point being, it was a phenomenal save for Hunter Hughes, who had that thing full opposite lock into turn number 3 and was able to gather it back up, leading the vast majority of this race. Big charge to the front as well for Lucas Puntarelli from the back of the field. He's gotten away with a lot of these big accidents. Same can be said for TLV as we are nearly 3 wide into turn number 3. No one able to make a move on Hunter Hughes just quite yet.
Not at all, especially when Hunter has that inside line locked in. Like, I kind of feel like it's almost reminiscent of the Daytona 500 and pretty much any super speedway with a Gen 7 car. It's like if you got the inside line, you pretty much have it.
That doesn't
I
stop.
think if you're going to make that outside line work, you need fresh tires, or you need that inside line to absolutely murder their tires.
Right. And that hasn't stopped Tyler Lugo Vickery from chipping away at it. We saw you trying to lay in that Firestone rubber earlier on in the high side. We'll see if your work can help that number 6 just a little bit more here in finding that grip. You look further back, though, Matt Faust has been all over the place in that 45, tried all the way down on the apron because we're apparently trying to Phoenix it now. And we are all over the place because now here he goes chipping away at the high line, trying to make it almost 5 wide. Just a little bit further back here, Bill Molfield's had a shot at the podium. You can say the same with Eduardo Martinez-Trovato, as they're just a little bit further back. You look, though, you got 5 or 6 cars still in contention to win this thing, as we're just past the 2/3 point. Apologies for the ATVO, which is still deciding to not update for me for some reason. But it is who's still your leader, Lucas Puntarelli, having some commitment issues. You can see him jostle the car to the outside. Do I make a move? Do I try a move yet? Maybe not quite. As just further back, you get some consistent pushing there. Nearly wing-to-wheel contact there between Puntarelli and Vickery as he's continuing to roll that momentum. Faust continuing to chip away down low now. Saw that move from Faust earlier on into turn 3 as Fluck on the inside for lap traffic. That could be problematic as he just works his way through. Thankfully, minimal drama there.
For now.
For now. And this is where we saw that drama earlier to bring out your second caution. Matt Faust with a big lunge down low at the apron in turn 3. I think I saw the vision, right, for that 45 car. But it required maybe having the nose out just a little bit too early, because the minute you get inside turn number 3, you're asking way too much from those Firestones to make that corner on a flat surface.
Especially when you're going flat, like full throttle the entirety of the lap. And I mean, you might be going half throttle in the draft, you know, just trying to absolutely avoid, you know, stuffing your nose up the guy in front of you's gearbox. But yeah, you're pretty much just putting all the work on those tires, especially the brakes, which is pretty common knowledge. I don't even know why I said it.
On board the 85 of Puntarelli right now, still trying to figure out a way around Hughes. How much do you reckon Lucas is actually at full throttle for each lap here?
He might be. I think he's playing the fuel game. If anything, knowing how aggressively Hunter can defend, which props to him, because I've made some aggressive defensive moves and it hasn't worked out for me. But for me, it's at least when I defend like aggressively, like Hunter does, or more aggressively than him, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work out on my end. I mean, Hunter's making it work, and I think Lucas is just biting this time.
And we talked about this in the top half of the show, but I think, yes, it's a drafting track, but again, you still get those kind of intermediate, I guess, Texas-like qualities of clean air really is still very much a luxury. Being out in front, as obvious as this sounds, gives you a little bit of an advantage, gives you lead security, obviously. And that's because your wing has to do a lot less work, needs a lot less to do in order to maintain that levels of downforce. But Puntarelli not having an issue with that for the time being, as he continues to stay tucked right behind the gearbox of that 18. He arrowheads now both Lucas Puntarelli and Tyler Lugo Vickery. Just further back there, you can see Eddie Martinez in that purple and orange uniform. I'm still trying to figure out what the sponsorship is on that 769 car. But he's still looking for his first podium. Had a great opportunity to do it last time by. He's going to need some heavy fuel saves and some cautions to work his way into contention. But he's got a lot of fast guys behind him out, and that gives him a really good opportunity to get back into this race. You could say the same for Bill Mulfield.
I think you could say the same for just about anybody, as long as you can keep up with the main pack and, you know, avoid any shenanigans that might be going on. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit more like a lottery, which I guess fits the Vegas style here.
He's going to need a gamble for strategy to make it work for sure. And I'll tell you what, we saw struggles earlier for Fluck and Mulfield to make this on pace, but actually further back, how about DJ Fluck? Because he's worked his way back into contention. You see him there in the 88. Without any help, any pack racing, he got lapped earlier on, but he is still staying with this pack relatively well. He'll need a little bit more here as we're really starting to get Fangs out up here, or Fangs out. As we start to try and see people attempt to take this lead. Hughes all the way to the outside. This will leave the door open for the first time for Lucas Puntarelli. He wastes no time getting down to the white line, and for the first time tonight, Puntarelli takes the lead. Big shuffle in the middle there as Hughes gets into a big lazy slide. Is he able to save it? We saw a big moment earlier on. We won't see a yellow flag, and it's another phenomenal Danny Sullivan save from Hunter Hughes. He'll be praying for a caution, though, because if he can't group back up with that main pack, Derek, that's basically night done for him.
Oh, if anything, that might actually wrap up the championship standings in favor of Matt.
It really,
if anything.
No, it really might be, because he's almost 100 points up from Hughes. Hughes opening the winning race and having some phenomenal chances. As now Tyler Lugo Vickery trying that. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I know Matt had a 90-point gap on me, so, and I was sitting in third.
I'll tell you what, the way these guys are racing, though, chances are we might see another caution, because Faust is right there, and he has not toned back that aggression one bit from earlier on. Tyler Lugo Vickery continues to to slave away on that high line. He's got one car less to worry about down low, and he can roll all of that momentum through turn number 3. So much so, it's got Faust thinking about maybe going with him. Here comes Bill Molefield in that 911 red, white, and blue machine. He works his way into the mix for the first time. Bill Molefield, I can't even begin to remember the last time we saw him on the podium. He works his way up with a really, really good contention there, going all the way to the outside to make it 3 wide. Eddie Martinez trying to go with him, and it's still Puntarelli out in front, just over 15 laps to go.
At this point, I don't think anybody's gonna have to be making any green flag stops. I'm pretty sure Lucas has saved up just enough fuel that as long as he maintains that inside line, that he's pretty much got the advantage. And as far as Tyler, he just needs to get behind Lucas and potentially save some fuel, and he might be able to make that lunge into the apron with a couple laps, or even on the final lap, to attempt to make that pass.
15 laps to go, and you can see that anticipation for that move once again, as Faust kind of tried to sell a dummy there to Puntarelli. Said, I'm going across the white line, watch your 6. And that's costed both of them, because that drags Lugo Vickery and Faust back into the mix, or excuse me, Martinez and Molefield back into the mix. But Faust continuing to work down low and try and make that move he couldn't do before. It's so amazing because, yes, this field is so bunched up, but there really is only one way that feels like is the proper way forward, and that's the inside.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I don't think there's enough. Obviously, there's not enough rubber on the outside, but I mean, if anything, for Matt to take a lead, he might have to end up forcing a move to try to get around Lucas, whether it be taking the apron or just going for a huge dive into turn 1.
Oh, here comes Molefield down low. A big wiggle on the outside there from Tyler Lugo. Vickery opens the door. He's tried to wiggle on the outside for the past 10 laps or so, and unfortunately that's bit him back. Here comes Molefield down low. Is there enough momentum in that 911 car to make it through? Not quite yet. Single file again for what feels like the first time in 30 laps. TLV gonna break that streak almost instantly as we go 2 by 2 into turn number 1. Lugo Vickery side by side with Matthew Faust. What's the move from Faust? Middle of the track here from Puntarelli. Not being shaken from those attempts for Faust way down low. 10 laps to go here at the line this time by for the Sin City 150. Puntarelli out in front for a vast majority of the second half of this race. A couple of laps out in front from Puntarelli. Faust getting a couple chances as well. But you look further back to Martinez, to Molefield, you've got a potential good group of underdogs here with a podium shot.
Yeah, I think the best, if anything, for Tyler, he just needs to figure out a way to get to the inside line, whether it be in front of or behind Faust. And
I'll tell you what.
Try to hide his time, or...
Yeah,
sorry, go on ahead.
No. With how much that Faust is kind of baiting him to defend down low, that might actually help hurting the grip. Maybe Lugo Vickery is going to be able to find a little bit more, but Faust could be a major helper in TLV getting through. Could really, really uncork the entire remainder of this field. 8 laps to go. Still no moves from either of these two further back. Puntarelli not cracking under pressure. He knows he's in the premium spot, and it's going to take a Herculean effort from either of these two. How about Tyler Lugo Vickery? Had some really good momentum out of turn number 4, still unable to clear Faust in that 45. Again, Faust with some really, really good pace as well. Has the pace on the apron, or should I say has the space, just doesn't really have the pace quite yet to make that move work. Way down on the apron of turn number 3. still 2 by 2. And you look further back, Bill Molefield, the ex-firefighter, has had some phenomenal pace in the Xfinity Series this year for Wednesday Night Dash. Handful of top 10 finishes. But a podium finish here in the Indy Racing World Series would absolutely be a highlight of his 2025 if he's able to clear one of these top-level drivers. 5 laps to go here from Vegas.
I mean, we might see something from Tyler. We don't. I mean, if anything, obviously, Puntarelli's got the advantage. But of course, it ain't over till it's over. So
we'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you what, Tyler Lugo Vickery, though, able to fully clear Faust now for P2, as now he's in the driver's seat to try and take that lead. Of course, the minute I say that, he continues to try and make that high side work. That's leaving that door open for Matthew Faust way down low there to try and get that move done. And there's a very, very concerning chance here that Faust tries that apron move again. Although it feels like he's starting to finally learn his lesson. 3 laps to go at the line, this time by Puntarelli, untouched in that 85. Hughes still trying to make that move work, but here comes Matthew Faust again. No moves down to the apron this time. Molefield just waiting right now behind that number 6 car, trying to pick up the scraps of anybody that's offline, off pace. It'll be the white flag next time by. It's been dominance for Lucas Puntarelli. Can he close it here in Las Vegas? Vickery slotting in just behind. Faust looking for a move. It's going to be a buzzer beater if anyone wants to take that lead.
It looks like Tyler's still rolling the dice on that high line. I don't know if that's going to work on this particular roulette table.
We'll have to wait and see. White flag, 1.5 miles to go here in Las Vegas. Puntarelli still down low. Vickery trying the high line once more. Prime overtaking opportunity right here into turn number 3. Good momentum from the high side as Vickery gonna try and take it at the line. Faust not a factor. We'll go 2 abreast in the run to the line. Here's the drag race for the Sin City 150. They make contact side pod to side pod. And for the second time in season 6, it'll be Lucas Puntarelli coming back from a horrendous race at Portland to take victory at Las Vegas.
By 500, hold on, by 0.056 seconds. That's 500ths of a second, if I remember my decimals right.
We would say
Either way,
56 thousandths in the business. Still, obviously, yes, the closest of margins there. And Puntarelli, after a phenomenal, I believe this actually might be his first victory of the year, and pulls off a Connor Zilichesque burnout. They're almost getting into the wall. And we'll try it again here. Oh my god, you can do it, Lucas. There we go.
I didn't have time to grab my analytics clipboard. So.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. We called you off the bench. You did a phenomenal job. I know it's obviously not the way you want your night to end, but always fun to have drivers racing in the booth. So, Derek, thank you so much for coming in. And I don't wish that you come in here more because I want to see you finish. I want to see that Mach 5 car out in front. But we appreciate your time, absolutely.
Oh, don't worry. I might be back in here tomorrow night because I have no confidence in those stock cars. Then again, like what was said last season about the trucks, these aren't Indy cars. Well, those aren't Indy cars,
right.
I mean.
Only time will tell, but hopefully not. We'll step aside here for just a moment from Las Vegas Motor Speedway and get your podium here from the Sin City 150. Stay with us. your podium here for the Sin City 150 after a chaotic, shall we say, 100 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's start off with your P3 finisher and still your championship leader. Might have locked it here after this mistake from Hunter Hughes, Matthew Faust. Matt, it was front running a lot, and you tried to make a lot work there. What was the difficulties there in general trying to get by people here for Vegas?
I mean, I was just trying to play it smart, stay on the low side, and just wanted to run my race. And then, you know, I've been chopped a few times by Hunter, and I had a run. He blocked me numerous times. I'd lifted for him, and this time I wasn't going to lift. So if he wasn't going to give me the space, we were going to wreck. So that's what happened. I'm sorry for the people that I took out. I didn't want to make a mess, but I was tired of lifting, so I just went for it.
Wait a minute, we're supposed to play it smart?
It's Vegas, man.
I do my best. Doesn't work all the time.
Let's talk about that confidence, because not a lot of guys were really intending to go Phoenix mode and run that apron going into 5 and through the tri-oval. Was that something that was initially part of the game plan, or was there a realization of, hey, I could actually make this work?
I think it was just something that we saw at Texas on them when we drive on the 1.5 miles. It's kind of a 2-lane track, but the high side's really tough to get by. You have to do a lot of work, and the inside has to make a mistake. So pretty much that's the best way to not lose a spot. So staying down there is kind of a guarantee. And then at the end, started to get a little creative and lost some momentum to Tyler there. But all in all, a good show.
Getting down to 2 rounds to go here in Season 6. I take it you're feeling good here in the championship standings.
I hope so. Yeah. Hey, like I said, every race it's getting a little repetitive. As long as I'm talking to you, everything's going to be okay.
I like that plan. Really great drive from you, Matt. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, man.
P2 for Tyler Lugo Vickery, that number 6 New Smyrna Speedway machine. And Tyler, we were talking about it before you came back to the green. You were trying a lot, and nothing really was working there. And I know that's frustrating for you, but talk to me about the second half of that race behind the cockpit.
Oh, it was fun. I know when the cautions were starting to come out, I knew I was strategizing on long run and trying to decide when to pit for the for splash and go, because I know some of the guys were probably going to take tires and be able to try to have all the grip on the apron, while I was going to probably end up not taking tires. But cautions came out the right spots. Just got to a point where the last that last caution, when it came out, I figured pit, get enough little fuel up the car all the way up to as best as I can, and then just try to run flat out, see if I can maybe get some momentum and stuff. So it was fun running side by side with Lucas and Maddie and them, because I was just trying to use the side draft. I know these cars are really good also on the high line. That running right next to the line is always tough, especially when you want to make over under moves. And I was going to try to do that on the last lap, but Lucas was smart on knowing where to defend, and I tried to run a little higher just to shave off momentum and then dive it back low and on the apron. But by that time, I was like, I already saw how close Maddie was, so I was like, I need to just be side by side with Lucas and try not to door him. That was a fun race overall.
I know you've had some frustrating results here, but to see you this happy after that wheel-to-wheel racing, after some chaotic racing, that's a real good sign from all of us here in the booth. And you got 2 more shots here for the remainder of the season. I know it's not the championship run you've wanted, but what's the energy like here as we start to wind things down here for Season 6?
For this one, because since I joined in late, just because my schedule finally worked out, it was just mostly this season was trying to get some wins and just have some fun, mess around with these guys for a bit, just because of how much I love these Indy cars. I think most of my priority right now is trying to chase for that 3rd championship to keep Dawson from getting a 4th. I know that one's going to be a fun one tomorrow, because practice and stuff was insane, just seeing the lap times, see where everyone was at, and then here I go just blowing everyone out of the water, which kind of scared me at first, but at the same time, that's not everyone. So I'm looking forward to that race too, because that'll be a lot of fun.
Speaking of
no, go for it, Derek.
Speaking of tomorrow, Tyler, you're gonna have to work some voodoo magic on my car, because I cannot get a handle on those Xfinity cars.
I'll definitely.
Especially
I'll try to help. I'll
Puntarelli.
help you out. Yeah, I'll help you out as best as possible with that one, especially the rear grip, because yeah, I can tell you this: rear grip's going to be everything for the track, especially that new little hairpin that they decided to add. Kind of curious to see how that's going to play real life as well.
So unfortunately, with so many of us being double duty, current party also included, not a lot of rest for Tyler Lugo Vickery and Lucas Puntarelli and Derek Booker, but we'll have to wait and see. But Tyler, a phenomenal race for you. Anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, just New Smyrna Speedway, Dustin Higdon Racing, Chris Cutting, and my mom, because my mom loves watching the chat and stuff. So I'm always having some fun with these cars, and especially these guys, and just gotta have fun with it, especially with that. And then hopefully on the 11th, I'll have some real life racing fun here. Gonna be a little chaotic, but then I know I've got a plan for next year because New Smyrna revealed the schedule for next year, and for their 60th anniversary, they decided to do a 60 lap 4-cylinder race in October. So, I'm gonna have to get back to the gym. I feel like, because I don't know if I can be able to handle 60 laps in. I mean, granted, it's October, but still.
I'll have to find a way to make that pilgrimage to see a really great drive from you, Tyler. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you again.
Let's jump to a very special drive here, because not only did I mention this on stream, but Lucas decided to switch to a rep livery for my goat, but managed to get a win right at the buzzer. Lucas Puntarelli in the 85. You were all over the place on the standings, my man, but you brought it home. Walk me through it.
Yeah, wow. It's I gotta say, first of all, it's very relieving. Like after, especially the last season, sophomore slump of mine, going from my first season of winning ways, fighting for the championship, to absolutely being in the bottom, winless, and I thought it was gonna be a repeat for this season. I came very close a couple times, with Laguna and possibly Texas. Anyone could have won that. Portland led for a bit and then made a mistake on my own. So there were definitely a few chances throughout the season where I could have had a W. I just wanted at least one W this season, and then I only found out just recently with real life occurrences that my school schedule is these classes are gonna be very late. So unfortunately, this will be my last IRWS race, and I thought like, hey, why not go out in style? Let's do some one-off livery. I've always had the same livery since the beginning, and I just know I had to win it. Like no matter what I did, I had to be smart in this race. This is a drafting race. Gotta stay out of trouble early on, and then hopefully by the end, just try and make myself to the front. And once I get to the front, just keep it safe. So it was very fun with these guys. Like with Tyler and Matt, they did such a great job with all the racing. It was very fun, very chaotic, but very fun. And shout out to Hunter for that little slipstream there with the fuel. Yeah.
I know there wasn't necessarily any doubt for you, but to just get this win now at what feels like the buzzer, we would have had 3 rounds regardless, but was there any ever doubt that we wouldn't be having this conversation at some point this season?
Yeah, here and there. There was definitely some, I guess you can say, hits towards my confidence, especially when I made some mistakes on my own, earlier in the season. It's like, oh man, am I ever gonna see the checker flag again in first place? And it's like, oh well, but hey, I'm glad to take it here, at least in my final race. So it's fun.
Really, really glad you could squeeze that in here, and hopefully we'll see that repeated. Hopefully see a little bit more here in the actual send-off tomorrow night. But Lucas, phenomenal drive for you, and I know this is not a goodbye, but it's a see you later.
Yes, sir. I just want to say shout out to FR Racing, because these guys have been incredible with me and with everyone. Very organized organization, I guess, by DJ and Erik. They do such a great job here. So thank you for them for letting me join them for the past few seasons.
It is genuinely a family here, and it is a family that's going to move on as we start to wind things down, not just for Wednesday Night Dash, but for the remainder of Indy Racing World Series. We're back next week for Iowa before we crown a champion at Indy for a half running of the 500. That's going to be exciting. But it's time to put things away for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoy watching it as much as all of us here at FR Racing do for producing it. I'm Jackson Lambros, and we will see you tomorrow night when we go Wednesday night dashing once again. Goodbye.